let's talk about this. So it's been a month. EVO lineup got announced a couple weeks ago. There was a lot of discussion about it, giving reactions. If you watched my prediction video, going into 2020, there's only one big release, and that was Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Like, if they were going to trim down to 9 games, there was only going to be the question of which game would get dropped, right? Well, turns out, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And I'm just as shocked as all you guys, too. First of all, let's talk about this. 8.5 games, kind of a surprise, I guess. It makes it a little bit easier on some of the teams that are involved with working the event and producing it. The question that I had was, what game is going to be the odd man out? Well, BB Tag was. Surprise. I was thinking, BB Tag, Sam Show, or Caliber, DBFZ, and one other game, but turns out it's BB Tag. Not just BB Tag, but we'll get to that in a second. The big news is the MBC2 Tournament of Champions, right? It's cool, but I want the open bracket last chance event. I think that they can still put that on stage and still make that an unmarked game, an unmarked main game, if that makes sense. Friday, you run the open bracket event with the finals on Friday being streamed and, on a stage. I think that would be cool. Then on Saturday, you close out Saturday night with the 8-man rotation there. The other thing that's kind of in the back of my mind is, so far, Battle of the Strongest has worked as a really good annual event for Marvel 2. Unlike some of the other titles that we have, like Third Strike, or ST, or Vampire, or whatever, a lot of events have their annual, team tournament, especially, in Japan, right? There's a lot of them. MVC2 never really had that, but Bots has kind of given us that annual, MVC2 event. This is the MVC2 event. EVO, I feel kind of steals a little bit of that thunder, but depending on what happens there, I still think Bots would be, you can almost run in a way to where you resolve loose ends. MVC2 being there is pretty cool. There's one match in particular that everybody wants to see. I hope we get to see it. I think it'd be pretty cool. I'm not gonna say it. Everybody, if you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. The big thing was not just BB Tag out, right? But MK11. What happened? This doesn't even make sense. I would have thought a lock for sure, right? This is the first tournament in first EVO in 8 or 7 years with no NRS representation. That's kind of weird, right? Well, the truth is, a lot of people they were posting their quote unquote takes on Twitter. They had a lot to say. Why did you put it at EVO, Mr. At Mr. Whittle, whatever. Pretty big event. A lot of uniques for them if they want more people coming to the event. It seems pretty obvious you would want that game there. There's something else going on here, but I don't think it's on EVO side. The thing is, none of us know, right? I don't know. I certainly don't fucking know. But nobody knows what happened, but you have to be looking the other way to me. I don't think EVO would be like, we don't want MK. That doesn't make any sense. They just had one of the biggest MK tournaments that they've had in years, or all time. I wonder if it's something maybe along the lines of NRS wanted to focus and develop their own stage. Right, their finals is coming up in 2 weeks? No, we can't say, right? You can only speculate. Under Night being there, not really a surprise to me, to be honest with you. With the numbers that they posted last year, they were put in there as kind of like a goodwill pick, a feel-good pick, if you will, on that roster. And 1,200 people came through, and it's well, they almost beat out Dragon Ball in terms of entry numbers. That's big. Dragon Ball being there again for a 3rd year, I'm not terribly surprised by it. It makes sense. But I think right now, DBFZ, they kind of got something to prove. I think that's how I feel. Coming off from a year 1 to year 2, where they go from 2,500 people sign up to 1,200. How many people are still pushing this game? How many people are still running for this game? You gotta show me something. But that's my takeaway for EVO lineup. What did you guys think? What were any big surprises for you guys? Let me know in the comments below.